Total abortion ban going to go into effect here in Indiana on September 15th. The new law bans all abortions except in cases of rape, incest, a fatal fetal anomaly, and a serious risk to the mother's health.
Governor Eric Holcomb signed the legislation last Friday. Zeke Torres spoke with local lawmakers about the new law and how they voted. He joins us now from the newsroom with that story. Zeke.
Well, Mike, Dana, as of this hour, only Senator John Ford has not responded to our request for an interview or for comment. However, we found out he voted against Senate Bill 1. I did speak with Representative Bruce Borders and Representative Tanya Paff, both with very different outlooks on what this means for the future of our state. Since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, Indiana became one of the first states to pass sweeping abortion legislation. State Representative of District 43, Tanya Paff, voted no for Senate Bill 1, citing abortion as a choice.
This was a tough bill, and at the end of the day, it's not good for women, it's not good for businesses, it's not good for corporations.
State Representative of the 45th District, Bruce Borders, said he voted yes due to his beliefs.
I think this is a major step in the right direction, just recognizing the value of protecting the lives of the most innocent amongst us.
In a statement, Representative Alan Morrison said, quote, "As a lifelong advocate of preserving the sanctity of life and supporting Hoosier families, Indiana's new law is a tremendous step in the right direction that could save thousands of innocent lives each year." Under SB 1, abortions are allowed in cases of rape, incest, and to protect the physical health of the mother. Paff would not comment on that section, but Borders said his preference would be to not allow those exceptions.
What we're doing is we're taking the life of a child because of the sins of the father, but that is still a child who deserves the right to have life.
Days after being signed into law by Governor Holcomb, major companies across the state voiced their opposition. Eli Lilly saying, quote, they will be forced to plan for more employment growth outside of their home state. Paff anticipates this new law to carry economic consequences.
I think any time that there's legislation as big as this that directly affects our workforce, I think it's something that we need to talk about. It's something that we need to discuss further. I fully expect other businesses and corporations either not to come or to leave.
Borders disagrees.
We're in this ball game together. All right, their research and their technology is out there in order to save lives. I voted for this bill in order to save lives. So as far as I'm concerned, we're on the same page.
Both agree that this issue will continue to be monitored. Paff hoping that the General Assembly looks at child care issues, mental health, and pregnancy accommodation, while Borders encourages the state to track abortions and look at the causes for the procedures. Now, we are awaiting comment from Representative Bob Heaton. He voted in favor of Senate Bill 1. And if we do get his statement, we'll make sure to update it and include it on our website, mywabashvalley.com. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks so much.